Hey guys, it's Tash. Today I just thought that I would make another video about Disney, but it's going to be my experience after my interview and then kind of waiting to be accepted and what I had to do after I was accepted. So I had my interview and then I think I waited 2 or 3 weeks to find out, like, am I in, am I not? And in those 3 weeks I spent most, if not all of my time, instead of doing uni work, I spent my time on the Facebook page kind of talking to all the different people that I may potentially be working with and kind of guessing like when we would find out. And I also spent a lot of time just like researching the program in general and kind of deciding which role I really like fingers crossed hoped I got and like which unit that I'd like to live in. So there was just a lot of procrastination going on while I was waiting. So anyway, on the 18th of September, that wonderful day, I checked my email and it was like, Natasha, we would like to offer you a role. And I was like beyond excited. You don't even understand how excited I was. I was going to work at Disney World, like my dream was coming true. So right away I read through the email and then I clicked a link which took me to my acceptance letter, which told me that I would be doing operations and like how much I would be getting paid and how long my program was going to be for. So I'm going over from the 11th of January till the 16th of June, but fingers crossed I do a good job and I am able to extend for 12 months because I want to stay January to December. And then I read through the offer letter, which was about 3 pages. I read the terms and conditions. I think that's the first and only time I've read terms and conditions, but I needed to know absolutely everything that I was getting myself into. I just needed all the information. So I got to the bottom, there was kind of information about visas and stuff, which I flicked through because it wasn't really relevant to me. And then I accepted my offer and I believe you get an email after you accept, like it may not come straight away, so don't fret if you don't get it like within 5 minutes. But you get another email and it asks you to pay for your program fee. So it takes you to another website called Dorms where you have to pay a program fee and kind of 2 weeks rent. So a lot of people had issues with the dorm website, especially from Australia. I'm not sure what America or other countries, like their experience was with the website. But yeah, it took me about 5 goes to get it to work, but it worked in the end, so I guess persevere and it'll work. And it was quite a significant amount of money. I can't remember the exact figure, but you know, if you get accepted into the program, you'll find out. So I was worried that by redoing it over and over again, the money was going to be taken out of my account that many times, but that's not the case, so don't worry about that. And if something does go wrong, there's a Disney email that you can always kind of email and they get back to you within 3 days. Although when a large wave of acceptances come out, they're very busy, get a lot of emails, so if you don't get it back in 3 days, they're not ignoring you, they're just super busy. So after I accepted and paid my fee, I went and filled out a roommate survey to find some people to live with. So a roommate survey is basically just a couple of pages of questions so that other people can read through it and like get to like basically know you to see whether they would like to live with you. So Disney has 4 different complexes where college programmers from all over the world stay, and they're Chatham, Patterson, Vista Way and Commons, and you can live with 2 to 8 people. So yeah, my preference was commons with however many people, like between 4 to 8, and I chose the commons purely because they have washing machines in the units, unlike the other complexes that have them like in a laundromat downstairs. So yeah, I picked purely on washing. Anyway, so I filled it out, and then within like a couple of days I found some cool girls to share with, so I'm super excited to get to know them in person once I get there. So that was a pretty easy process. So then most things were settled, so I was like, okay, it's time for me to buy a plane ticket over to America. And it probably would have been cheaper and easier for me to just get a, you know, one-way flight from Cairns to Orlando, but me being me and loving England was like, hey no, why don't you just go to England for a month? So that's what I'm doing. I'm going over there for Christmas and New Year's, and then on the 10th of January I'll be flying over to Orlando. And I don't know, I felt I got some pretty good deals, some pretty good one-way deals. To England it was about $1,100 with taxes, and then to Orlando it was about $600. From Cairns to Orlando it would have been $1,300 or $400, so it's only really $200 more, and I get to go to England for Christmas. So now that I had my flight, it was time to get medical and travel insurance. And if you're going over on a J1 visa, Disney has medical insurance that you have to get through them. I'm not 100% sure what it's called because they sent out an email and then they changed which provider they're with, so I'm not sure what it is called now. But because I have an American passport, I went through World Nomads, and I went through them when I went to England last time. I've never had to, like, you know, get any lodge insurance, so I think they're pretty reliable. Like, I didn't have any problems, but I also didn't have to lodge insurance. So yeah, hopefully things are fine. Their coverage seemed pretty good. And it was about $550 for 6 months, going to England, Iceland and America, so that's pretty good. After organising all these things, I then had to go back onto the Docs website and upload some more documents for Disney, so they knew what my flight was and when I was going to arrive in Orlando, and also my medical insurance. And then I had already submitted a proof of student status, but it kept coming back and being rejected because I'd circled first semester because I hadn't finished a full year. So if that does happen and you know that you're going to finish the first year before you go over to Disney World, just circle first year and it won't be rejected and you're not lying. Now I've basically done everything that I need to do before I go over to Disney World. I just have to get a police check, which I'm going to do in a few weeks once I go back to Cairns, and that should be pretty simple because I've had to get a police check to go over and work in England before. And then 2 weeks before, about 2 weeks I believe, before you go to Disney World, they'll send out an email asking you about your rooming preferences, so who you want to share a unit with, how many people, and which complex. So I think that should be pretty straightforward. I don't know, I haven't done it yet. Something that I haven't had to worry about but most other people do are visas, so I'm really sorry that I haven't been able to cover visas in this video, but because I'm an American citizen I don't have to go through that process. I do know that I believe Disney kind of aids you through the process, sends you the documentation out, and then you have to send it back to who, I'm not sure, so I may just stop talking now because I have no idea what I'm talking about. So hopefully there's other videos out there that can help Australians and New Zealanders doing the program through their kind of visa process. But I do know that once I get to America, I have to get a social security number because I don't have one of those yet, and I think everyone does. I presume everyone does to work in America. So yeah, I'll just kind of keep you up to date with everything that's coming up. I'm super excited to go, finally meet everyone, see where I'm going to be working. Fingers crossed it's Magic Kingdom. Anyway, I'd love for you to subscribe and keep up to date with everything I'm doing. See ya!